We are loving life here at Let's Talk News Now. What is there not to enjoy when you get a chance to
sample food, sample cultures, and just sample. I mean, why not? And call it a job, so there you go.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing as we are here inside the Queen Victoria Pub inside the Riviera on the ever-famous Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yeah.
How much fun. This has been great so far all week. And I noticed that you've been enjoying the ambiance.
I have been.
It reminds you of home.
So much so that I've been dressing up for the parts. I'm like, Alexi, thank you very much for my outfits. I've kind of glammed it up this week.
There you have it. There you have it. There has been so much going on in the news, and so much is going on this past week.
Yeah.
One of the issues that seems to just keep coming up over and over again, it's become a big deal in the States, but I don't think it's such a big deal in Europe, is the same-sex marriage.
Okay.
This has become a huge deal.
But why so much here, though? Like, why?
Yeah, it's really a great question, and I'm not going to get into a whole lot of... I really don't want to get into a whole bunch of this, but let's just simply state that we have a very strong religious faction
from
here.
the Puritan kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, and maybe so.
Well, you know, which is interesting, because I'd always thought that America, because obviously Hollywood and all the films come out of Hollywood, and everyone thinks of America as, you know, the film capital of the world. And so when you see these films,
that's easy to figure.
Right. When you see these films, you think that America is, and Las Vegas, lots of people think that there's no rules or what have you. Then when I came here, I was actually very, very surprised by how liberal we were in the UK compared to the States.
Exactly.
So,
and the thing is about I guess what I'm getting to is the same-sex marriage thing, is that Mitt Romney announced last week that he is absolutely affirming his position to marriage being a man and a woman.
Right.
That's his absolute solid position. And the Republican Party has always been consistent in this position.
Right.
All right. While at the same time, in the Carolinas, there was a vote taken last week, and the state there decided that same-sex marriage was not going to be allowed in that state.
wow. Okay. Yeah.
So we've got this back and forth. Some states are passing it, others are not. Now, this has become such a huge issue that even 2 years ago, there was a change in military policy regarding gays in the military and whether or not they could serve or not. So again, this is not just something that's just going to go away.
No, it really isn't. Because I mean,
same-sex marriage in Europe or same-sex partners in Europe has been common or is not common.
So much so it doesn't even make a difference to me. It's like, it is what it is. I think, like many people, if you're happy, it may, you know, just as long as it's not chickens and goats and things, you know what I mean? It's like, if it's another man or another woman, it's like, if you're happy, you're happy, right? So that's just my take on it.
Well, I think that the vast majority of Americans actually agree with you about that. That there is, while there seems to be a stigma on it, it now is really about people's choices. And the question and the real political fight about this is, how much should government interfere with personal choices? Is it really, in what way is it adverse, or in what way is it impacting someone else if two people, regardless of gender, choose to spend their lives together? And how is that unconstitutional if it is?
Yeah, I think that, you know, I read a really dodgy article several years ago about this woman who decided to marry her car. Yeah, so I'm thinking, I think they should, or like people that marry the Eiffel Tower and just marry things. And apparently there's psychologists that out there say that this is a legitimate thing. So I think if there's uproar on anything, it should be marrying things.
How does one marry the Eiffel Tower?
I claim you as my other half.
I'm not sure I really want to know.
Which means that is a very not monogamous thing, because a few people have done it around the world.
In any case, if you want to learn more about what's going on with Let's Talk News Now, it's extraordinarily simple. You go to www.letstalknewsnow.com. Be sure and like us on Facebook.
And Twitter.
And follow us on Twitter. It's always so much fun. We'll be back right after this.